or just share screen. Oh, wait.
Do I have to unshare? You okay?
No, if you are sharing, you'll have to unshare, but I think you're good.
Okay.
It jumped screens on me, and it's on the wrong, here we go. Okay.
Don't forget sashimi.
Yeah, we can do that first. We've been fluctuating. Sashi Pugi Jukshin Metok Tram Rirabling Shi Nyende Gempadi Sange Shingdu Mikte Owargi Jokun Namdak Shingla Jupasho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamya Yatayami Sangye Chidam Soki Chognam Changchu Bardu Dakni Kyabsuchi Daki Chinyen Kipe Senamki Chola Penchir Sangye Duparsho Sangye Chidam Soki Chognam Changchu Bardu Dakni Kyabsuchi Daki Chenyen Gipe Senam Ki Chola Penchir Sangye Chupa Sho Sangye Chidam Tsuki Choknam Jangchu Pardu Daki Kyapsuchi Daki Chenyen Gipe Senam Ki Chola Penchir Sangye Chupar Sho.
Yay.
Whoa, what's going on? Oh, can you guys see my PowerPoint?
We can see your screen. Now we can see your PowerPoint. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Nice font.
I think you set that up. All right, so here we go.
No, that's all you.
60 verses on reasoning. I tried to make the questions a lot easier this time because I feel like I just hear crickets every time. So let's see if these are more in line with what people can remember from my class. And I sympathize. I have a hard time remembering stuff, and it's my special duty to pay attention during this class. What did the conqueror say was real?
The money you guys take from me.
Nirvana?
Yeah, who said that?
Shinzo.
Oh, nice. Nirvana. Yeah, he did say that. And is there anything else that this text is discussing that he has said is real? That's the main thing, though, in this part of the text.
Oh, he was saying that to the Aryas, the world is a lie, right?
Yeah, he was saying that.
Not in the direct perception.
That's what Gelson J was talking about, yes.
Something about the things appearing is real.
It's a couple times in the text they've mentioned that he said that the heaps and categories are real.
Hmm.
And then they start talking about Chang'e, right? Distinguishing between figurative and literal.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened recently in the text, or maybe we're heading into it now. Okay. Master Nagarjuna mentions that the viewpoints of worldly people and sages could not be the same. What are some logical consequences if they were the same?
The Arya will be Soso Kewo, and the Soso Kewo will be Aryas.
Great. How do you translate Soso Kewo?
Normal being?
Individual being.
Or individual being?
No, I'm just wondering how Stanley wanted to, normal beings.
Infants.
Infants, 2-year-olds. It's funny story. When I first met my friend Troy, who's listening like several years ago, I was working on this word like the first time it came up in my text, and I was showing him. If that were the case, then Aryas would be infants and infants would be Aryas. Or it was Chiba as we were discussing. Why is Brahma's mind's eye so messed up? According to the verse, why is his mind's eye so messed up? According to Gyaltsab J, I guess, is what I mean. And who else is messed up? Just like him.
Because he still has self-existent thinking.
He's got
Yeah.
the cataracts of misunderstanding.
Good gravy. Who said that? Was that Bets?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Cataracts and misunderstanding. Can you be even more specific since you've been able to be that specific?
Therefore, he has become blind. His eyes are shut down.
Uh-huh. Yeah, good. Amazing. One more thing in there. There's it's due to
It
some
forces.
based on his misunderstanding, he has something
Logic.
that's in the wheel of life.
Oh, craving?
Yes,
No.
good. Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Good. Oh, and I forgot the other part is his mind's eye is blinded by cataracts caused by craving based on misunderstanding, and all other worldly people are messed up in the same way. That was the second part of the question.
Since
So,
you mentioned Wheel of Life, I just couldn't stand it. The Brahma is without C, I believe. The spelling.
Brahma and Brahma, right? I think it's two different.
One thing. Okay.
Sorry.
Thought
We can.
it's the same. It's the highest
Really? No, I think it's without a C.
in the world. Of
Okay, but Geshe Michael always pronounces it Brahma.
I think because the H's are supposed to be a rough breathing, and so people mispronounce it as Brahma.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Brahma.
Yeah, I agree with
No,
Word
Brahma,
Master.
Brahma is the correct pronunciation, but it came into English as Brahmin, right? So that's all.
Well, I was only trying to write the pronunciation here.
That's
Brahma.
good. Oh, I see. That's not bad.
It's not.
Looks like a candy or something.
a Hebrew. Hebrew cha, I suppose would be more accurate. Sexy. STWs, right?
Woohoo.
Ngompa. Anybody remember the word ngompa?
To be satisfied.
So for those of you in TV land, Stanley started calling his Tibetan words sexy, and then it just kind of caught on. So the STWs are sexy Tibetan words.
Right. So we all caught STWs.
Yes, exactly. I was waiting for someone.
Won't
Sorry,
pass-
word, go ahead.
To be satisfied?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Sated is what we were using.
Is that the
Tushi,
correct spelling in English?
I think so. Utpala?
Indeed. Indeed.
Thank you.
Why it's not sauteed. Oh, interestingly,
No,
I'm missing
Nyompa.
something in the Tibetan in Chushing. I don't-
Nyompa. I was wondering. That's all.
This is
Because
pronunciation.
there's an
No,
S,
sorry.
and I didn't know if you were.
I just when it's in italics, it's just pronunciation. So that's just for those people who don't read the.
Thank you.
Yeah. So these are all just pronunciation, and I just noticed that I'm missing a tsek in my Chushing.
Yeah.
There should be a little dot in between the word chu and shing in the Tibetan characters. What's it mean?
Bamboo?
Yep. You sang in a beautiful chorus. Sepa?
Craving.
Craving.
Yes, yes. Very good, everybody. This easier quiz worked out. All right. Back to the text.
Yay.
Here we go.
Thanks, Nick.
Let's hope Gyaltsab J is nice today. Let's hope he's in a good mood. Just probably like Amelie, right?
Well, maybe if so, then he's going down for a nap.
Yay! We'll put the audience down for a nap, both of them.
Possibly.
All right, here we go. Who's got the plane? Gibson. Be tough on Nick, okay?
Can you scare your screen?
Yeah, if I can scare my screen.
Cool. Okay. Tangpo la, rimpang tang, de len de pe niemi te niempo niempo.
Nyampo, good.
Oh.
This refers to the section we just had, which was called demonstrating that the teaching on the Pumbos, etc., was Chengden.
Right. Yeah. Figurative.
Good. And for that, we're going to have Dekonaniki Temberimba, the steps to teaching what?
On such.
suchness. And then we're going to demonstrate that when the Buddha spoke about the Pumbos, it was Gongba.
It was his true intent. Or we're going to demonstrate the true intent of when he spoke about them, right?
This Gongba is an abbreviation for Gongba Chen, which means he had something else in mind.
Right.
Which means it's Changdun, okay? It's to be interpreted. And then we're going to reveal that the Ngedun is Kewa Mepa.
It doesn't start.
And
the literal meaning is that these things not starting.
Good.
Can I ask a quick question about your understanding of the middle sentence?
Yeah.
Pumso Gongpe Sungpa. Like, is it just from context, or is there some way that you know that it's saying, demonstrating that it was that it was figurative rather than saying showing what it was that he really meant?
This is one of those 20-year things. Okay. All right. And you could go check this out. Okay. Like, how many times do you have to see something before you can consider it a possibility? Okay. But let's see in the Sumbum, okay, in all the Tibetan commentaries that we've input, there's only 8 usages like this. Okay, so it means you have to spend 20 or 30 years to bump into 3 or 4 of those and remember them. Okay, all right. So anyway, there we go. So some things just take a lot of time, and there's no way you can get out of it. Okay. Now, when we talk about the stages in which a person, especially Lord Buddha, should teach emptiness to the students, okay? We're gonna give 3 topics relating to how you should teach emptiness to people, right? One is the Rinpa
the actual steps.
Yeah, here's the actual steps that anybody should use, whether you're Nick or whether you're Lord Buddha 2,500 years ago. There are certain standard steps you should go through to teach a student about emptiness. And if you don't, you break a
Bodhisattva vow.
Yeah. What is that? Dr.
Teaching emptiness to those who are not mentally prepared.
Yeah. Dr. Yeah, Majang Tony Ten. Teach people emptiness incorrectly, okay? You break a big bodhisattva vow. Then, Delen Depa, what's that Depa mean? Like,
if you the problems with not doing it in order or not doing it.
The problems with not following those rules.
It says transcending.
Transgressing here, yeah. Okay. And how to nyambo that nyimik.
How to fix it if you screw up.
Yeah, if you do confuse a student with emptiness, how to fix it. By the way, the vow about teaching emptiness to people who are unprepared for its full commission requires what? Do you guys remember?
The 4 chains.
Yeah, but they have to give up. They have to give up Mahayana. Yeah. They have to say this is all bullshit. You see what I mean? Okay. All right, here we go. Now, first is the Rinpa Ngu, okay?
The actual steps themselves.
Yeah. Let's read the Tibetan there.
Deni tsola tokmarni tamche yeche jeparja denam tokshin chakpela chini nampar wempao.
I'll give you extra points if you change the pronunciation of this one.
Empao.
Yeah, nice. It's unique. It's a Hapax ligament. Okay.
Yeah, the synapse fired, but I still defaulted to my.
Okay. Now we're gonna check so Nick did the pronunciation. Simplified pronunciation not including anything which is not a normal English usage, okay? Which is what simplified pronunciation means. Okay. Sarang.
This is still the old version, so there might be some
Okay. Atavyam, Adam. The tattva should have two T's, right? Tattva.
Right.
Gavishinam. That's good. Pashchan. Yeah. Avagatartasya. Okay. Ni. Sangasya. Viviktata. Nice. Good. Okay. Why do you do pronunciation for the reader?
So they don't get stuck trying to figure out what the heck you're talking about if they don't look at diacritic markers, if they don't know what
Yeah. So by definition, you shouldn't use a sound which is not normally used in English. Okay. Okay.
Missing an I in viviktata.
Oh yeah.
Viviktata. Okay, good. What's that Spanish food that's tata? Anyway, okay.
Tapas.
Tapas.
Now, here's a few words that I wasn't very familiar with, so I just wrote them down for myself, okay? Now, this section is very sexy, and it's not very difficult, so yay. Okay. Big bang for your buck. Okay, here you go. Nick is reading. Kelte.
Tamche Zimpa Yina, Chomdende Ki Dundam Tampa Kona. What am I saying? Dundampa Kona Tempar Jawa Mayinam, Zimpa Tempa Chija Shena.
Good. Yeah, this is a little bit difficult. Kelte Tamje Zumba Yina.
If all things are a lie.
Yeah, if everything is false, as you Mahayana people claim, okay? Don't forget this whole book is a fight between the Hinayanas and the Mahayanas. Isn't it true?
There'd be no point for the Buddha to have taught suchness as ultimate?
No, Mayanam means, isn't it the case that Lord Buddha would restrict himself to teaching what was Dundamba? In this case, actual, real, true, okay? In this case, it's not Dundam. It's just, if the Buddha is a Buddha, then wouldn't it be the case that he would restrict himself to teaching what was correct? Then, Zumba Temba Chicha.
Why soever would he teach false things?
Yeah, what are you talking about? That Buddha taught lies, or what the Buddha taught was false. Why would he on earth? Why would he ever want to do that? Okay, Chicha Shena. And Gyaltsab J gives some very heavy answers. Okay, here we go. Who's Mr. Kramer? You there?
Yeah, boss.
Simpayang Gupa Yuna Tempar Chala, Danyang Gupa Mena Tempar Mija Wei.
Stop there, and I'll give $100 for this sentence.
If there's
Nick gets the first shot. Nick gets the first shot.
Okay.
Take your time. Take your time. Okay. By the way, future tense job means it is to be done.
Okay. Oh, future tense job means it is to be done. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. I have to move.
Should be done.
If there's a need to share the lies,
yeah, if there's a need to lie to the student,
then teach it. You got it. Then we should say it.
And then bayangapa mena.
If there's no need to tell the truth, then there's no need for us. Then we don't need to teach it.
Yeah. Okay. $100. And I'm going to quote you 100 years from now. Nick said you could lie to a student if it was useful. And if there was no point to telling the truth, you didn't have to do it.
You're gonna quote me? I mean,
Hey, it's your book. Okay. Obviously, this means if the student is not prepared, and it would be a kindness to bring them up slowly. That's all. It doesn't mean you should lie to your students, okay?
First turning of the wheel.
Yeah, exactly. The first turning of the wheel. In fact, that's what we are studying right here. Okay. Te konani topatsu e loma. If you find a loma who is sewa,
So following.
chaksa, like chaksa.
Oh, I see. Bowing.
No?
Right. Oh, searching for. Yeah.
Yeah. If they are searching for a topa of dekonini,
suchness, a realization of suchness.
yeah. If you have a student who's trying to, whose goal in life is to perceive emptiness, it doesn't say directly, but you know, then a lama who is a kepa,
master teacher,
who is a master at dun jupaing what people need.
Yeah, helping people to achieve their goals.
Yeah, good.
As you said.
Yeah, those who are a master at achieving what people actually need, okay? And if that teacher, if that lama, Pember does the student.
Wants to help the student.
Yeah, then Tokma Kona from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the Tembe Rimba. What's that?
Stages. Teaching, giving the teaching in stages.
Then teach them
about the heaps, about the realms.
Kam? No. Kam chuni. Kam choke.
Oh, the 18 categories.
Yeah, and the 12
doors. Yeah.
Doors of sense. Mm-hmm. In other words, teach them the first chapter of
Abhidharma Kosha.
Yeah, yay, Stanley.
Yay.
Okay, so if you want to help a student and you really care about them and you are a master at achieving their benefit, okay? And if you find someone who wants to see emptiness, then the first thing you should teach them is the first chapter of the Abhidharma Kosha. Yay! Okay. Go ahead.
Drumse from there. Drumse tam. Yeah. Drumse tamche chejawani pung pung nga tang kieche chuni tang kam chop kie ki par dako shesung so.
Yeah, this was very, very difficult for me, and I worked on it for quite a while. And then it's not in the Kangyur. I found it in Chandrakirti's commentary to the 60 verses, okay? And there's an interesting reference to it in a tantric text, in a tantric text, which is a commentary on a tantric text by Nagarjuna, okay? Which is called the commentary on Bodhicitta, which is a secret text, okay?
Cool.
All right, so here we go. I'm gonna give you a clue to what this Tamse is. Doesn't mean Tamse Tamche, okay?
All Brahmin caste people.
Yeah, good. But now let's go look at the version of it in the tantric text on Nagarjuna, on a book by Nagarjuna, a commentary on a book by Nagarjuna, and it says, "Ke Tamse."
Hey, Brahmin.
Yeah, hey. So now the Tamse becomes like Vakata. You are addressing them. Okay, so it's not Tamse Tamche.
It's Tamche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Tamses, comma. When I say Tamche, okay, yay. You know how long that little line took me? Hey, so here's, they took the K out, unfortunately. Okay.
That is unfortunate. Thank you, Geshe-la.
Yeah. So here it's O Brahmins.
Okay. Yeah.
Now you translate the rest.
When I say all stuff.
Yeah.
Like the 5 heaps.
I'm referring to the 5 heaps.
The 12 doors of sense.
And
the 18 categories.
Yeah, up to those. Tipatako. Okay. When I say everything, I mean everything from the 5 heaps up to the 12 doors of sense up to the 18 categories. Okay. She Sung So. Who said that?
Lord Buddha.
Yeah, and that proves that the Buddha said he stated things Dundampali.
Ultimate.
You know, that's like obvious. He was he lying when he taught the first chapter of the Abhidharma? You know, okay. Was he telling the real thing?
But,
Isn't that? Didn't he say everything in the universe? What I'm telling you in this chapter is everything in the universe. Is that a lie? What would Nagarjuna say?
He was being figurative.
Yeah, in a sense, it was a lie. Okay, but our guys, the guys for whom this book was written, they're like, come on. The Buddha said everything in the universe was included in those things that you say he was lying about. Okay,
right.
Because not on a verbal level, but on a reality level, we are saying these 3 categories are
existing things.
They're all made of stuff which lies to you. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So don't think the point here is not that the Buddha is lying. The point here is that the things are lying to you. Okay. They're uncomfortable with that. Okay. All right. The husband in the kitchen looks as though he's yelling at you because he had a bad day. Okay. All right. So there's the quotation in the commentary to the 60 verses by who?
Master Chandrakirti.
Master Chandrakirti. And then here's the tantric reference, which includes the K, which is useful. Okay.
Okay. Is there a need to, because it seems like in some ways Gyaltsab is following Master Chandrakirti's commentary pretty closely. So when I footnote something, unless he's referring to Master Chandrakirti's commentary, is there a reason to mention that Master Chandrakirti also mentions that point?
You know, there's also this value to looking smart, you see? Yeah, I would say, well, because this quotation is not found in the Kangyur,
okay,
no clear reference from the Kangyur. Of course, Buddha repeated these 3 categories constantly, but there's no specific place where he says, hey, Brahmins, okay? In that exact wording. So yeah, I would mention it. But this one is very important because this was
right.
A commentary. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Who's up? Adam comes to mind.
Okay. Yepa yang ringpa tene tungor ndokpa shintu suk sok la tene pungpor ndokpa tang marmele jungwa shintu kyula tene drebu nampar shak ki ngor ni ki majupao.
Okay. Even the question of existence itself, okay? Even the question of existence itself is established not by the essence of something. It's established in, he mentions 2 different ways. The question even of existence is established in 2 separate ways and is not established through the very essence of the object, okay? So what are the 2 different ways? The first is, depending on Rinpo, you, what do you call that? You attribute tungu. What's tungu? Shortness. Yeah, shortness, okay. Longness is just a word that is applied relative to shortness.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
There's no inherent longness in any measure in the universe. A centimeter is long compared to a millimeter. Okay. So there's no inherent small thing in the universe.
Is tenne relative to?
Yeah, relative to, or by comparison with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so short only exists with reference to something longer. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's really just an appellation or projection. It's not doesn't exist. There's nothing which is short in and of itself. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Shindu, and something is dopa. Something is given the name
Mm-hmm.
of Pumbo,
Mm-hmm.
just depending on the first part, which is physical stuff, etc. The other four. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you can't. If Pumbo was self-existent,
Right.
you wouldn't need to look at the 5 heaps to call it the heaps.
Mm.
Okay.
There would just be heaps.
Yeah, I have no idea what this note I made is, so I'm going to just erase it. I mean, that's not so difficult. I don't think we need this note. I mean, it's just a note to myself, but there you go. Okay, there you go. Okay, now, so something is either posited artificially based on something which is opposite, long is posited based on shortness, or the second way of establishing something is marmele ujungwa.
It's like the light emanating from a butter lamp.
Yeah, and you establish something as a debu
A result relying on its cause.
based on the fact that it had a cause. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is a butter lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why? Because the light is made from the butter. Okay. Okay. Got it. But this one depends on the difference between the cause and the result. The one before depended on the difference between long and short.
Right.
And it's not as if either one existed in and of itself. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. Interesting that he gives examples as around the one that we're actually talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the first one is Pumbos, so that's pretty relevant.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, that one's not the example.
So in this sense, the idea of a heap is a lie because it doesn't have an independent existence of its own. It's only relative to other things that you can call it a heap. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 3 painful facts of life. That's an odd note. Go ahead, Nick. Who's watching? Sunam? Is she asleep? In Germany, it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Yeah, she's probably
Oh,
sleeping.
she's probably sleeping, yes.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing that. Let's try Utpala. Okay, let's go.
Trebure la yang ken huma chen yimpe chir tang. Kien re la yang tame pa kewana bepa tuma tume jub kushing. Jikpana bepa mepa rangi nganki jikpar dunam tok shing korwala chakpa dorwar nduba dakba chakpa la sope chakpa mepar kyorpe gangsak la de chini nampar empa sabmo tompa ni tempar je
Chai.
Ngaro tu mayino.
Let's do the last part first. Okay? Let's do it. Let's do it from Korwala, okay?
Okay.
So it's showing a progression, okay? So if you meet a good student, then they will want to Korwa la chakpa door.
They would like to throw out desire and stuff associated with suffering,
for samsara.
Mm-hmm.
For samsara, okay?
Desire for samsara, right? Yeah.
Okay, so if a person wants to get rid of their desire for samsara, okay, dakla, Dupa.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious. This could have been Dupa Dag, D-A-G, but it's not. Okay. Dupa. Dala Chakpa, those who are Chakpa towards Dag.
Those who are craving a self or have desire toward the self.
Yeah, la sope. Chapa me par kirpe casa la.
Chakpa me par cure casa.
A person who
they don't have desire toward.
Yeah, who becomes free of desire. Okay. If that's the kind of person, if you meet someone who is seeking to lose their attachment, particularly to a self nature, then to chini.
To chi.
This chi means the opposite of ngaro.
Outside, yeah.
No, ngaro. No, nama, nama.
The first.
Oh, yeah, the latter.
Yeah, later on. Okay, later on. So you're gonna teach them this stuff first that we didn't cover. And later on, when they're ready, then teach them number emba.
The way out there stuff.
Yeah, the absence of anything. Okay, which means samotombani.
Profound emptiness.
Now this ja is imperative.
Yeah, do it. Teach that to them when they're ready.
Yeah, but narotu mayan.
Not too soon.
Yeah, don't teach them before that. Okay, when they're ready to drop their attachment for a self because they want to eliminate their attachment to samsara, then you can start teaching them that those things don't exist. Okay, the husband is not angry.
Yeah.
From his own side. Okay. Now, what are you supposed to teach them before that? Okay. This becomes the first part of this section. Okay. We're talking about what? What's the topic we're on?
We are talking about, well, we're still on the steps, right? The stages.
Yeah, we're talking about the proper progression of how you teach emptiness, okay? Don't start with emptiness, okay? Start with pumbos and then go to KHAs and then go to calms, okay? So here's some steps you could take, all right? Number one, teach them that every debu has Gyan Duma.
Every result has many causes, many factors.
Yeah, good. And Ken Liang Ta Mepa Kewana. And every result has many causes, but every cause has Tamepa Kewas.
Infinite beginnings.
Yeah, or repercussions. You see what I mean? Infinite number of things can come from a single event, right?
Okay.
Each thing in the world comes from multiple events, but each starting in the world, the repercussions of any single ken, any single ken, is also infinite. You know, whatever you do today is going to affect every day of the rest of your life, right? Kiwana, Bepa Dume Dubga. And you have to make many bepas
efforts
to prove this to those students. Okay? Get them to understand it. Okay? Jikpana.
If they get scared.
Yeah. If they get, no, wait. This doesn't have an S on the jikpa.
Right, I just noticed that too. Yeah.
What's this jikpa mean?
So end, die.
Yeah, if things are gonna die, okay, then bepa mepa. How do they die? Bepa mepa.
No more effort. There's no more power.
Nobody. This means it's effortless. Okay, your life will fall apart by itself quite nicely.
Okay.
All the things you work for, all the things you try to get, will fall apart quite nicely on its own. Okay, you don't have to do
It's
anything.
not really an if. This is more of like a.
Yeah, you just survive the virus. You can lose everything you own.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, got it. Bepa mepa. And this is a rare ngung. We've had this problem before. We predicted, right,
Yeah.
that typists would type dung for ngung.
Hmm.
Do you guys remember what? It's not the duck, okay, Nick? That was your last shot.
Yeah, I know.
Which is yeah, ngung. I think it's a high tone ngungma. Okay. So rangi ngungi, things will fall apart. Rangi ngungi.
Their own nature.
That's the way they are.
Yeah, that's built in. It's automatic. Okay, ngungi by their very nature. Okay, that's almost self-existent, but we're not going to say that. Okay. So help your students to figure this out. Okay. They want something, they're going to have to work in many ways to get it. Okay. To get the many ways themselves, and if they, and each effort they make is going to have infinite repercussions. Okay. Therefore, it's worth trying to get it. And if things are going to fall apart automatically, in and of their own, try to get them to talk this done.
Realize this point.
Yeah, and if you meet people who got that far, that they have renunciation, right?
Right.
Well, then you can help them get rid of their attachment to samsara,
Right.
and you can try to get them free of attachment in the sense of attachment to a self. Okay. And if you find a person who can grasp those ideas as you bring them up one by one, then Shini teach them sabotomani.
After that.
Yeah, later on. But here's the disjunctive genitive. Okay.
But don't do it before that. But not before.
Yeah, but never do it too early. Okay, never do it too early. Okay.
This is amazing.
It is amazing.
This is so cool.
And this is going to take some time to get this paragraph right, you know. Okay. And by the way, these are the rimpas, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Those are the steps. Now, we came to the second section that he promised us, which, Nick, you'll remember is de len de benyeme.
The problems with screwing up the order. The problems with doing it, transgressing the.
Yeah, good. Yeah. If you ignore this advice and you teach someone emptiness, usually too early, right? Here's some problems you're going to get. Okay. Now let's check Nick's. I know you did this earlier, but let's check it out. I'm going to change it to Palatino.
You're going to want to put an H after that T in Viviktar Tam.
Okay, got it.
I'm still surprised. It doesn't seem like a Geshe Michaelian thing to do. Oh, the H would go after the T, right?
Oh yeah. By the way, I decided to do it. Yeah, because I'll tell you why. It's a standard English usage. Like we do use Siddhartha. We do spell it with a TH. Geshe Tarchin is spelled with a TH. You know, it has become a normal usage. Okay. Vivek Dartam. Janana Shudimatravalambina. Okay. What's alambana in yoga?
Supported.
Good. Nice. It literally means hanging on something, and the Russian rumkar comes from it. Anyway, yena kurvanti punyani. Hataste Puru.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, but you're gonna get it. Yeah. By the way, I mean I have some doubt in my mind about the A being the equivalent. It's called a third. Maybe it should have an N before it, but I'm not gonna go there because, first of all, this is not an optional M. It's an M and not a.
Right. I was wondering about A's though in general.
Yeah, if this had had a dot under it and the A came after it, there's a random statement in Dwight Whitney, like 1,000 pages, that we'll have to find it. Okay. Okay. By the way, can we split any of these words? Look how long this is. Is there any part we could split off? You see? And we decided to do that. We decided to divorce Sanskrit combinations, right? If we could do it, even though Sanskrit scholars might be uncomfortable with that, the native Sanskrit scholars, but let's see, okay? Viviktartam number, this is Vivikta Artam, okay? Vivikta Artam, the meaning of completely devoid, right?
Non-part what? Non-part N.
Yeah, and it's two A's that came together, and if you split them, there will be a fatal error. What is it?
You'd have to add another A.
Meter.
Which means,
Metrics.
yeah, you'd mess up the meter. Right now it's 8 plus 8, I'm guessing. Viviktartam asnyandana. Yeah. Shruti matra valambina. Yeah, you would end up with an extra beat, which is why this cannot be, and I'll say it one last time, this cannot be read as Ajanaha, okay? Because then it would be 9 and 9, okay? It doesn't work. Okay, so you cannot split Viviktartam. Mishe, Ajanana, people who don't understand, you can't split it, okay? You can't split the A from the Jan, okay? But, hey,
Shruti.
Some, yeah, Shruti can be split from Matra, but Matra ran into Avalambana. Okay. Tipit Samla Jukche Ching. Samla Jukche. Avalambina. Yeah, you can't split it because the A of the Matra ran into the A of the Ava. Okay. When I did the Yoga Sutra, Essential Yoga Sutra, I played with doing this. And I told the reader, if you see this, just read it as one syllable, one beat. But they can't remember. People never remember. So I gave up on it. Okay. Now we have to split this. Shruti Matra. Sutri Matra Valamana. Yena Kurvanti Punyani Hataste Purushadhamma. Yeah, this is probably Purusha Adama. So yeah, we can't split it. Okay, that's the best we can do. The more things you can split, the less obstacles you are putting in front of your reader. I think of them as those things that runners jump over.
Hurdles.
Hurdles, yeah. The whole purpose of translation and teaching in general is to remove unnecessary obstacles to your student or to your reader, okay? So for, don't give them a word which is 8, syllables long. Give them a break, okay? Otherwise, they'll just ignore it, and they'll never learn it. Okay, all right. Number M, done.
The meaning of the way out there meanings, they don't understand those meanings.
Yeah, if you find a person who can't understand the meaning of total avoidness, okay, then jukche, gradually bring them in, tupatsam.
Little by to hear a little bit.
Yeah, just teach them a little bit, teach them the pen, okay, and Kangaksanam Miche Pa.
Whoever doesn't have the virtue.
Yeah, if the person doesn't have the karma to understand what you're saying, they will lock, okay? You will destroy them. You will ruin their life, okay? Lock means ruin, okay? So if you teach a person who doesn't have the karma to understand it yet, and by the way, Tasha for $30. Tasha.
The last?
Who said that? Who
Word.
said, oh,
What do
you really bother me. Anyway, I'm going to say worst of the worst. Okay, so I'll give you $20. I'll compromise with you. Okay. All right. All right.
But it does
It
mean
says,
last also.
excuse me?
It means last.
Not really. It means the worst of the worst. It always means the worst of
Worst.
the worst. Worst of the worst, not word.
It means worst. I got it. Okay.
Worst of the worst. Okay, not just worst. And by the way, synonyms in Lokesh Chandra is Adama, right? Are Shema, which means a butcher,
Right.
which is the worst of the worst caste in India. Marab means shameless. What is that word in English? Marab means shameless, like terrible person. You know, stand up and lie on TV in front of millions of people. Okay, that's Marab. Okay. And Pachev just means the worst of the worst. Okay, so those are synonyms for Adhama. Okay, got it. So here we go.
So is it saying that the worst of the worst people will be ruined?
Yeah, you will ruin them.
You can do.
Yeah, they're already karmically, they're almost on zero karmically.
Right.
Then you teach them emptiness and you ruin them further. Okay.
But the Tashel is referring to the Kebus, like they're just in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. People who are at the bottom of the karmic intelligence scale, you will ruin their life. If you, they'll go around saying everything doesn't exist and they can have sex with other people's wives and stuff like that. Okay. Then they'll all get ruined. Okay. Do we have time to do more?
No, we're out of time.
You want? Why don't we do this next sentence for good luck? Okay.
Okay. Pakpanam ki sinam tang sinam yim pai le tak mi jawar harik de konani matokpa nam ki tang por nampar empa tongpani ki tunmi shela.
Yeah. Parpanam, now people who've seen emptiness directly, they know that you shouldn't do. Sunam, they know what's a good thing to do.
Right.
And they know what's a bad thing to do. What's this talk? What's the force of talk here?
The dualizer between.
Yeah, they know the difference between these two. Okay. They know one is something you should do and the other is something you shouldn't do. Okay. And they know, therefore, they koneni matopa namki.
Those who haven't seen suchness.
Yeah, good. Dambor, at the beginning, they won't
understand the meaning of
yeah, the meaning of emptiness.
Voidness. Is it like a positives here? Nampar, empa.
Yeah, exactly. Why did he give it a positive?
Because because Nagarjuna used Nampar, empa.
But why did our commentator put Tombani?
He's glossing it.
Yeah, he's glossing it because number empa is a rare word for emptiness.
Could mean other things, yeah.
It means like isolation. Okay. And in meditation, it means to isolate yourself, to have a retreat. So he's just trying to help the reader not to get lost on this strange word. All right. Nice.
Cool. Thank you so much, Keshala. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're doing you guys are all doing really well. I have to say again that you're the best translator students I ever had, and please stick with it. You're finishing books. We finished a book this morning, and that's extremely rare in a human life to finish a book. So, God bless you, and please hang in there. Okay. Also, the audience.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Okay, you're welcome. You want to do a mandala, Nick?
Mm-hmm. Sashi Puki Jukshin Meto Tram Rira Blingshi Ninde Gempadi Sange Shingdu Mikte Owargi Joku Namdak Shingla Drupar Sho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamnirya Tayam Kewa Di Kewo Kun Senam Yeshe Toto Shing Senam Yeshe Lejungwe Dampa Kunyi Topar Sho.
Stanley,
Oi.
in America, the teenager from the high school who delivers the pizza, they have to wear a stupid red hat usually or something like that. Did you give John one? Next time.
Happy pizza eating, Geshimago.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Thank you so much for the class. That's amazing. For all
It's
the classes.
the antidote for yoga.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well spoken.
Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Please stay. Stick around, everybody, if you want. I'm gonna do the Q&A tonight. We'll take a few minutes break and then I'll start the Q&A.
Yay, Nick.
Yay.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
谢谢，